And talking about getting your point across to other people, I think you guys are going to tour again with this collaboration. Little Jackie is going on tour, or isn't that for sure yet?
Well, nothing's for sure.
In life.
Nothing's for sure in life. But, ultimately, yes, we will be touring. We're still kind of sketching out what the next few months hold for us. So there's a lot of promotion still. So
That will be the first thing to do is getting the promotion worldwide, and then maybe get out with a band or.
Yeah, probably an opening act situation for, I guess, we're looking for the right, the right combination. We want to be in sort of a like-minded musical thing, but not too similar, you know. But it would also be nice to just go on the road with something completely different from what we're doing, like maybe a death metal band.
Why not? Why not getting? Because a lot of all those old death metal bands are getting together again. You don't know. Because I don't know you, but I don't think you want to go on tour with the likes of Duffy, etc., etc., etc.
Well, I think it's one of there's about 5 things that keep on. Excuse me, I just woke up. Popping up. Duffy's an option, you know. Who else?
Maybe why not? Why not?
No, we were never.
I'm not really given that sort of information, so I don't really know what the possibilities
A
are.
lot of things pop up every day. Sure, we've been offered a tour with this, and it always kind of just never happens. So.
But we have a band that we've been doing shows with, so we have a full band that we're touring.
Yeah, that's because the music really is made for doing live with an original band.
Yeah, I mean, because we're sort of limited with how much money we can pay musicians, so we don't have the full band that we'd like to have, which would be a horn section, and if we had a string section, would be amazing. But
And there are still people that can play horns or strings, whatever, really good, and don't want the maximum amount of money.
Right. Well, I mean,
It's a travesty.
yeah, that's true.
But is it something you guys really want to do for yourself, or is it something that are other people arranging for you?
What? The tour?
Arranging the band, doing the tour. Well, the tour will be like a tour promotion.
Everything seems to be a collaboration with the label these days. It's a new business, so you're dealing with less money, less staff, and
You're going to share your money, if it's earned, with a lot more people.
yes, and no one's buying records anymore. So there's just, it's probably one of the most impoverished businesses that exists, and everyone thinks it's glamorous, but
Yeah, and in the end, well, in the end, there are just a few people really making money, and it's the question if you want to be one of those few people making that kind of money.
well, you have to be one of the few people who are making that amount of compromise too, you know,
That's what
and really giving full control to the label. But even if you give full control to the label, there's still the possibility that it's going to tank, you know.
And then it's in the end, it's better to just keep as much of control over your music, over your own life.
I think so.
And then in the end,
I think in every case, I think in any job, try to have as much integrity and, if at all possible, control of your life and your job, because that's really going to make you ultimately happier and work better, you know, more functional.
That's what we did. This is what we did with this record. I mean, we didn't really find a home for this record until it was, I think, entirely done. Which made it easier for us because we had complete control over the record, and it was sort of like, here you have it, take it or leave it, which is cool for us. I mean, I think it was actually, it helped us in the end.
it helped on the first album, but as you both probably know, on the second album, it always ends up with a record company wanting you to compromise, etc., etc. Well, you had a similar situation a few years ago.
Yeah, I actually made the record, and records tend to sound very confused when you could actually hear it in the record when there's tension between label, creative, and administrative things. And what we ended up with, just this crazy mix of trying to appease everybody and then just
Yeah, then you get songs that do have like an 80% of everything. Another 100%.
Right. Yeah. Just whole bunch of weird stuff.
In the end, you were happy it exploded after making the second album.
What?
Well, then in the end, you were happy that it didn't work out great after the second one. With the major level.
I have to say, in retrospect, yes, I got to just do me for plenty of years.
Yeah, but how are those? I mean, we're not going to talk about those 10 years the next coming a few hours. But how are those? Because you did a lot of different things in those years between Little Jackie and your first solo career. How are those lives? Because you're sitting at home, making albums, making a lot of different albums, meeting Mike Patton, doing some shows with Patton, or some shows, a lot of shows with him.
Yeah.
Are you taking those kind of experiences into your new album? Because it's, in another way, it's different.
The wisdom that I've learned and the experience that I have being on the road, but musically, no. I didn't participate in the music of this record, and it was partially a decision. You know, I've just explored plenty with making music, and I thought it might be interesting to just focus on lyrics, and so I can't say much of my past is in Little Jackie.
That's once again a new history starting. But what do you think will happen? Because I mean nothing is sure. But what do you hope will happen in the coming years? You must have thought about that though.
You know, I mean, I don't even know if we're thinking that far ahead. You know, right now we got our feelers out, we got a video out, we got a single out, so it's sort of baby steps. You know, we'll take it one step at a time, right? Get the song on the radio.
Babies grow fast.
Babies do grow fast. You know about that.
I know a lot about that.
So hopefully it does well on radio and people buy the record. And you know, if we go on tour, then it's a lot easier to get people out to your shows if they already know who you are. So
is that something you were thinking about? Well, you must know that you don't. I mean, how far ahead can you think as an artist?
If you think far ahead, there's a lot of dread involved. So I try to just take it day by day. You know, today we're going to do a bunch of this, then we're going to go do a TV show, and tomorrow we're going to get on.
Rotterdam, of all places.
Yeah. I mean,
you're gonna meet some traffic jams though.
I don't mind Rotterdam, but there's a lot of traveling involved. There isn't a lot of peace of mind because you know, you're never at home and you're alone most of the time. You know, granted you're with your band, but you're not necessarily best friends with them. You know, so
no. And I think that if you would have to be on tour for months in a row, it might be better to just play and have your band together and play at nighttime and have a daytime off. Right. Maybe do some promo.
That's typical. So we're just kind of just talking. This is the talking tour. We don't get to play too much. And the playing definitely makes a band happier. I assure you that. If you signed up to play music and you're not playing music, there's going to be a little bit of conflict. But I think an ideal situation for me is to have my fluffy white cat on the road with me. But I can't take my cat on the road.
She or he would be stopped at every border.
Border.
Yeah, but that's something that everybody misses, I think. Just because if you have a home situation where a lot of bands don't even own a house anymore or an apartment or whatever, but that's something that everybody has. I mean, you might miss something at some place where you can just return to every night or whatever.
Well, I mean, I also have a cat. Yeah.
And it's also
Why?
fluffy and white.
Yeah. But you know, you have like stability when you're at home. When you're sort of living at home, you have a normal schedule. So this is all very scattered.
Yeah, there's a lot of drinking involved with being away from home all the time. You're just trying to fill up this emptiness. Yeah. Oh, sure, water. Plenty of, well, he drinks plenty of water. He's a water junkie. But, you know, it's not...
And then in the end, in every city you're placed in all those touristic areas also. That's what I always encounter with bands that are just over here for the 6th or 7th time, and then you always ask in like the first first 2-3 sentences you like amazed. Like, yeah, where were you? Yeah, well, over there. And in Amsterdam, it's always the red light district, and then it's always around the square where you have where you have the bars you don't want to go, etc., etc.
Right. It's sort of like Times Square of New York.
Right.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, most likely you're not even seeing any of the 4-block radius you're in. You know, you're most likely seeing a lot of the hotels.
Yeah. But you're all the same everywhere in all the world.
Yup, just an empty room and a bar
And TV.
and a TV with 2 English channels.
News.
Sounds attractive, guys. Yeah? Want to be a rock star?
Well, thanks a lot for doing this interview, and I will see you guys playing live in
Yeah, it's
2009.
a fun show. I mean, we're different on stage than we are in interviews, obviously. So it's an exciting, energy-full band. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for doing this interview in this early morning.
No problem. Thank you.